Hey, bro, you know what's funny, dude? Like, I know when to use my disability to advantage. Like when it
Oh,
comes
I
to,
did that shit with my hearing in the army.
like when it comes to TSA, like even though I got shot 6 years ago, it's always I just got shot as if it recently happened.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like 2 to 3 weeks. I'll be right up there with the people in the wheelchair.
You know what'd be funny? When you're staying at, I just got shot. You want me to prove it? Here, I'll walk through this. You'll see the bullet that's right here above my asshole. You see it? It's fucking right there. Stop fucking with me.
This guy, yeah.
Take a screenshot.
Yeah, but I'll be right. I'm talking about. They be like, yes, sir. I've even got it to where I done got off a plane and got to the airport, and they have like a buggy waiting on me. Hey, y'all know
They
what's
tried
funny?
doing that for me, but I
Hey,
wanted to smoke.
that's another privilege of having a white friend, because I've never had nobody pay for accommodations on the plane for me.
Oh, right, yeah.
And my manager, she was like, "Oh yeah, it comes with accommodations." I was like, "What the hell is accommodations?" It costs like another $40, and he was like,
Unfortunately, it wasn't an in-flight blowjob.
"From the stewardess." And trust me, there was one.
What if it was a female pilot?
There was one from Cincinnati, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. She talked to her name so long, but I was thinking about it. Rerouting my trip, using the flight miles that I got from this trip to take that trip. I got her Instagram though.
I want to say, oh, I have, but I haven't. I've
Look,
same thing, but I didn't close it because they're working. I don't like fucking hitting on women.
you know what's
People work.
crazy? I didn't even thought about like when I went to Boston, right? And I was on a plane talking to this other white guy. His family's rich. His wife sells like baby beds and stuff online or whatever. And
She likes it, baby.
I was like, yeah, man, I've been to Boston and whoop this and that. He was like, so where were you when you went to Boston? I was like, oh yeah, I was in Harvard Square, and I had I'm sending a video. I was in Harvard Square, and I had he was like, I was like, yeah, I stayed at the Charles Hotel. He was like, the Charles? I was like, yeah, the Charles Hotel. I'm thinking it's just like a regular freaking
Like
hotel.
nothing?
He's like, bro, you know that's like the most famous hotel in like in the Boston
Very
area.
prestigious hotel.
Yeah, like they got a restaurant on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck, it's better. This is a fucking hotel.
I'm talking about.
He didn't restaurant. It's not a Motel 6.
I was drinking a Huckleberry Finn like every day. You know what was even better? I felt like I was somebody because the person who gave me the hotel, his brother built it. So
You are somebody. We all are somebody.
no, I felt important because I had a 2-bedroom suite and it was just me. After
Did you sleep in both beds?
look, hold on, y'all. Watch this. I got it. Yeah. I
Did
slept.
you?
I slept.
Yeah, I would've
I slept
slept in one bed one night and slept in the other bed the other night.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah. Fuck right. You better have.
Exactly.
I did the same shit. There was one time that I had a 2-bedroom
look.
fucking hotel.
Hey, hold on, y'all. What have y'all ever seen this? Have y'all ever seen this, bro? Let me show you how.
Well, you'll find out what he's asking if you've seen.
We'll see.
I don't know what he's asking if we've seen. I just know I've had a 2-bedroom hotel before, and of course, sleep in both beds. Shit, I even slept on the couch. Just for the hell of it. And actually, that was difficult because I'm not good at sleeping on couches. Because I was brought up, don't sleep on the couch. You want to go to sleep, go to your room, go to your bed, fucking sleep there, not the couch. That way, whoever else is in the house can, chill on the couch and whatever. He can't find it.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, he says he can. He's just slow. It's not that he's slow. We are not sober. Man, I got dark ass eyes. Holy shit. I'm an alien. I'm not a lizard person. Not a cat person. I'm just Irish and Native American.
Okay. That's when I was in the restroom.
As, so I'm told.
The restroom. Oh, look at this. So
Oh, restroom. Here we go. Hold on.
I go to take a shower, right? And I see this little remote. I see a fucking remote on the mirror. So I'm like, what does this do? Bro, there's a fucking... This shit is in the fucking mirror. There's a TV in the fucking mirror, bro.
That's cool as shit.
That shit crazy in the motherfucker. Bro, I did not know the power of the Charles Hotel. One more time, guys. Have y'all ever seen something like this? I'm talking about a whole TV. This shit is in the... I was explaining.
I haven't had a hotel that had a TV. I'd say,
Oh, first drop.
First drop. Really, first drop, S22 Galaxy.
Dude says.
Still good.
So how did you get that room? I was like, oh yeah, the person I know, brother, built it. He's like, oh really? I was like, yeah, we'll do it, this and that, this and that. So basically, he was already looking at me in a manner of, like, bro, I know that hotel is like almost $1,000 a night.
What the hell are you doing in that hotel?
You feel me?
You don't look like you should be in a hotel.
And I was just like...
Bullshit misperceptions of fucking people.
I was like, what? But still, it was a hell of an experience.
I've never been in a fucking real nice hotel.
I've never seen that shit like that. I'm talking about...
I've been in La Quintas, Hotel 6, Motel 6. They really suck. Shit. Well, that's two.
Tilt
Still good?
Tilt the camera. I mean, tilt the...
That's what I was doing. Fuck. This phone's too heavy for his fucking phone holder.
When you drop
Motel 6, yeah, they leave the light on for you, but there isn't always a refrigerator in the room. Oyo, fucking cheap, but same thing. Didn't have a refrigerator in my Oyo hotel. But the AC was fucking cold enough, so I just put my beer on the AC thing and then kept my beer cold. That's exactly what I did. I just lined my beer up on the fucking AC. They ain't fucking blowing the fucking cold ass air on there. The AC worked.
Call it a fridge. I wonder if that's what the person who invented the refrigerator did. Which one was first, the AC or the fridge?
The refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, refrigerator was first. And it was, back in the day, the refrigerator, you could get in it and survive a nuclear fucking blast. But you get out, then the radiation's gonna kill you and you're fucked either way, so you should have just not even bothered.
Well,
unless you wanted the ride.
Guess what? I need to go get an old vintage 1922 refrigerator.
Fucking 50s.
Made.
Shit, the fucking refrigerators they had back in the day, they were versatile for, good use.
Yeah.
Ease of pulling shit out, putting it in.
That was when what his name is, Andrew Carnegie had control of the steel.
Carnegie Hall.
What steel was like when the steel that was being produced was 90% steel and 10% the other elements. Everything they producing now, they want to give your ass half of it and then tell you, oh, this too easy.
That's like, Japan, same thing. World War II, Japanese steel was awesome. Nowadays, not the same.
Not the same.
And that's with everywhere. Because we're not, at that kind of war anymore.
Right.
We're at proxy wars.
Yeah. But
that's all proxy wars. Like, we get some support, and
You know, it's funny to me. How is it that people can live down the street from a damn war zone and act like nothing is going on? You can't physically feel
because they're assholes. I mean, I understand if there's nothing you can really do about it, but there always is something you can do.
Yeah.
You can't be a soldier. You can be someone who is support.
You know what I wrote in that when I told you I wrote that letter to LeBron?
Yeah.
I basically told him, why is it that these, I know that one NBA athlete can't physically do everything, or is
But you can be a
incapable.
spark.
Incapable, yeah. So that was basically my point. Why is it that like somebody like LeBron say who's there? I'm not calling him out. He's a great player. LeBron's my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Why haven't you done more?
I'm just using him as a president because
Right.
he's a representation. You know, like why is it that like it took a George Floyd incident for sports to stop for NBA players to really take a stance on social justice or stop playing basketball for the sake of this? You know what I'm saying? Don't you know that the athletes are our ticket to being able to talk to the higher ups? You see what
I
I'm
was
saying?
always disappointed that George Floyd was the platform because he was a womanizer, a child abuser, a criminal.
Uh-huh.
He was not a good, citizen.
Mm-hmm.
But because of how they did what they did to him,
Yeah.
because of
It does not
who
matter
he was,
what yeah.
they forget the whole point. I get like, hey, use the platform, but he is not the one you should use as the platform.
But the whole reason I took that stance is because look, had his brother and all his affiliates not been important people, not his brother not been in the NBA, you would not have gotten that exposure to
Right.
that magnitude.
And
You
he
see what
should
I-
not have.
You see what
He was not a good person.
I totally.
I'm all for.
I
I'm not for
understand.
Black Lives Matter movement shit.
Yeah, I don't-
But I'm all for. Hey, we matter.
I don't agree with the way that he died, but I don't agree with celebrating a person and moral standing if he was not
Right. He
good.
was a bad dude.
for moral character.
Right.
You know, like
For for
So-
their agenda.
yeah,
Just
people-
because he's a black guy
Yeah.
who.
pe-
Actually, the dude that was kneeling on, he wasn't even full white, but they still a white dude.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's the power of a narrative.
Exactly.
You know-
That's why I do not watch the news. I don't follow that shit. I use my fucking intellect that I have, even though I'm retarded.
Right, but like I was saying, like even with the LeBron situation,
Not really.
I said, why is it that like, if we could look up to Joe Biden like that,
I don't look up to him. He's shorter than me.
I'm saying, society. That's the president, right? Why
Yes.
isn't that we can take these same issues to NBA players in that magnitude, and they be the forefront to be able to establish change? For one, you guys have the money. If you guys all
And influence.
collectively invest together, you see what I'm saying? Two, you have the
I can
influence.
count.
You see what I'm saying? Like if LeBron told people, I want to see 100,000 people at this venue on this day at this time for this event, more than 100,000 people will show up, and they
Right.
don't even know LeBron. You
Right,
understand?
just because he's somebody who is famous.
But
Or, a friend of theirs like, hey, we need to go. You want to come? Let's go.
But
And that's why they go.
if you wanted to bring magnitude to a matter that really matters, because you're scared of what the media or how, you know what I'm saying, the quote unquote people who run this thing might see you, you are afraid to take that stand.
Right. Yeah.
Why is that? Nobody should fear anything. No entity. That's
Well,
one thing I got.
That's incorrect. We should fear evil.
Yeah, that's one thing that I got from Donald Trump. You feel me? The power to exercise commandment to where what I say is in deliverance. Like,
Right.
if I want this to happen, I have the money, power, resources, connections to make this shit happen.
And the fucking religious belief.
And there's nothing you can do about it. See, I've even read an article yesterday that with my friend while I was at work.
You can still read
That said, of course I'll read it. I'll read
Holy
it.
shit, black guys read.
We do read when we want to know.
Who taught you?
It's myself, Everything is
He
self.
taught himself. Fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Everything.
I didn't teach myself. I had a shit ton of ignorant
But
teachers.
I was reading an article from something my friend was looking at, and it was basically Vladimir Putin talking. You know what I'm saying? He gave a Russian interview. He said that I don't want y'all to believe this Russian myth that all this stuff is happening, and that the enemy of the enemy is Russia. They're pinning
Oh yeah, it's all the puppet masters
things
doing the shit.
all Russia. He said, man, the inquiry of one's country is damage to itself. Meaning, I don't have nothing to do with what y'all got going on over there. That is y'all.
But he is
that's,
trying to
that's y'all.
get the U.S.
He's
back
trying
together.
to eradicate, because he sees what.
Yeah, he's trying to keep out
he's
the
seeing
shit
what
that
they're
the
doing to
capitalist
us,
bullshit.
and
Yeah.
him and China is trying to band together before y'all think y'all are able to come over here with that shit.
Yeah,
You
that's
see
what
I'm
all
saying?
this shit
but it made me
we're being told.
it
Yeah,
made,
it's all bullshit.
it made me look at things in a totally different perspective, because I was like, well, damn, this whole time I thought, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's over there doing that stuff to the Ukrainians and stuff, but he's ultimately taking back territory that was already his. If NATO soldiers never intervened in the first place, which is a collection of countrymen fighting for a cause, different countrymen, you see what I'm saying? And just left them people their territory, we wouldn't have no problem. You see what I'm saying?
But you forget the the fact that these countries, they do not want to rejoin, and that's where Putin is trying to force the reunification.
Okay,
They don't want to rejoin. They want to stay their own country in their own entity.
I understand that, but for the collective cause of an overall good, you see what I'm saying? Okay, take this.
One person's overall good is different than
okay,
another.
communism versus capitalism, and this is only my opinion, and you feel free to interject. Okay, communism. You're not.
It's a great idea.
I feel like everybody's
The idea is awesome if the greed didn't kill it.
put, quote unquote, on an equal plane, or it's supposed to be. You have no, not too much, not too little. You can only get 5 oranges for your family. You don't need access. You see what I'm saying? And you have to take
Not even 5, because you got to sacrifice one.
you gotta take a damn exam that's gonna basically tell you what you're gonna do for the rest of your life.
Right. Yeah.
What are you smart and capable of doing? But
Talking
hey,
with people.
why is that a bad thing when it teaches you where you're gonna be most productive? When you go to the military,
Right.
what you do? You take an exam to figure out which portion you're gonna qualify for it, right?
Right. Yeah, it was the same thing I did for the ASVAB in the Army.
That part, so it has its pros and cons. You see what I'm saying? Another thing, I don't agree with a government structure still being put in place while that faction of life is going. Because if that's the case, government should not exist if we are all quote unquote equal. Now, capitalism, we done got to the point to where it's too many rich people like Elon Musk that ain't spending their money. You see what I'm saying? You sitting on billions of freaking dollars.
Well, they are, but
you
not
want,
where it goes into the economy.
Where it goes into the economy. You see what I'm saying?
They're spending their money to save on
Elon
taxes.
Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos.
Oh.
If y'all donated one day's fortune to the American economy, it would offset itself and the multiplier would go up.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But since always the thing about capitalism is you want stature. I'm better. I obtained this. you get your own. You see what I'm saying? The selfishness within itself. I get it, cause I
me
made.
too. I get it.
Nobody thought that out of these 7 billion people, I was gonna freaking be one to do what I did.
Right.
So I'm good. I feel like that's how black people look at rappers. Like, how can you be mad at this person for being boastful about the things that he obtained when he probably been told he wasn't gonna be shit all his life? You know what I'm saying?
That was my fucking whole upbringing.
And the music itself is just an expression of him enjoying himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I did a paper on this in college, and my English teacher gave me an F because he said I missed the interpretation of the assignment. But you know,
he couldn't understand. He couldn't accept your version of the assignment
because I looked at it from 3 different perspectives.
Right.
One, you got the rapid consumerism. Yeah, what they show us on TV is if you got this chain and all this stuff, you solidify. You understand what I'm saying? But if like that chain makes you feel a sense of validation of success. It's sad that that's been placed on a material object, but like that's how I feel like I made it.
I prefer unfortunate, not sad.
But I'm saying it's unfortunate that you know. But I feel like that comes from our ancestry. Black people in general, shit, they was rocking gold like a motherfucker back in the day.
Comes from everybody.
You know what I'm saying? They wearing gold plates, you know what I'm saying, back in the day and shit like that. But yeah, man, it's just crazy how like, and then you got from a rapper's perspective, not only the consumerism, like Raquel Cepeda say, once I was seduced by the ethic of getting paid,
right.
I was no longer like there was no longer a hunger or a sense of urgency for it. So once I get to this state of comfortability, like
right.
I feel like a lot of rappers do lose themselves. And you're like, man, what the hell is he talking about?
They choose the left path instead of the right path.
I look at it like you no longer going through them same struggles that made you who you are.
And they forget
you get what
it.
I'm saying? And when you do that,
it's perfectly fine to elevate, but you got to remember.
But when you reach that status, shouldn't you look yourself in the mirror and say, I should pull somebody up out of the same similar.
What can I do to help?
Same similar situation that I was in.
Exactly, and too many of them want to be. Oh, I need the money so I can go out and fuck around.
Yeah.
You don't need, none of us need
I told you
that much.
Imagine the life insurance policies on the NBA player, and if they was able to start a banking system.
Shit, they have insurance on their arms, their legs, their ankle, all that shit.
You feel me?
They insure their whole body together but separately.
In a sense, they're a brand. They're a company.
Right.
Their name, it sells. You see what I'm saying? They got an EIN to their name like we got a social security number. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, why shouldn't we reinvest into ourselves to be able to take that back? That's the only way that we the people have the power. Is gonna mean something. If LeBron said, "Stop working, we not gonna play basketball until this gets straight, whatever issue it may be."
If everyone, just like what you were saying, if everybody was willing to accept because there's always going to be difficulty, a struggle. If everybody was willing to accept that and say, no, we're not going to fucking feed your government bullshit.
Look how they gave into the demands from the George Floyd situation with the NBA. The NBA didn't play basketball for about a week. You know how many billions of dollars was lost?
Oh, a lot.
You see what I'm saying? So the owners was willing to bow down to the demands of the player. Why can't you take an average person's opinion like that and make it mean more than just a statement. You get what I'm saying?
I do, and I gotta pee again.
Yeah, but that's
Tip: the older you get, if you feel like you gotta pee, fucking go. Cause you know, if you don't go when you gotta go, you're gonna end up going before you get there. So just
You
take
ever,
that advice.
You ever been close to the door, been trying to unlock the door, and like, oh shit, the toilet in reach.
Yeah, like, fuck, I gotta change.
It's coming, it's coming.
That was this morning. I'm not wearing the underwear. I put it on initially.
Okay, I'm singing it now.
I'm gonna pause this for a moment.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back with something different.